Hey, what's up everyone? Today we have yet another Exmark ECS180CKA 3000. I swear every landscaper in the area has at least 3 of these, and they bring 4 of them to me somehow. They managed to do that, but those are good. I like these machines. They are always requiring help. The help we're doing today is the very common one. I kind of made a video on it before. I want to be a little bit more in depth about it on this. Basically what this is happening is when you pull the handle, the blades do not engage. I have a sister machine to this where it was a completely different problem. Watch that video. So assuming you do not have the same problem had the other one, which was a broken cable, by the way, or excuse me, broken cable mount. We take off this little door, and that little door, I was looking inside, the belt came off, the pulley. So it could be as simple as you put the belt on and that's it. However, there's a reason why that fell off. Some of those reasons are the pulley itself has grass building up on the inside inner diameter of it, and it's causing it to kind of build up and slipping the belt off. I looked at this one, it looks clean, not going to be the problem. Other problem is it's worn, just needs a new belt. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now I'm going to tell you this, it is a very good idea to replace both the drive as well as the PTO belt, because if you're going to be taking both of them off anyway, so you might as well replace both of them, because in order to get to the belt we need to replace, we need to take off the drive belt. The drive belt is in the very first position on the crank, or excuse me, on the pulley, so in order to even get it off we have to take it off. First things first, I'm going to take off this cover. It has some mounting screws right here, one over there, corner. I'm also going to take off this bar. It has 4 1/2-inch nuts and bolts on either side, and at that point we should be able to take off that cover. That's not 100% needed. Actually no, for this it is. So yes, we need to take off this cover. In addition to that, next time you see me, I'm going to have this tipped over on its side, so I'm going to disconnect the spark plug so we can do this more effectively. Okay, I lied. I do have to take off this cover, otherwise we're never going to get that belt off. Just 2 bolts that hold it on. As you can tell, the belt is just not even anything, just not connected whatsoever. So that's going to free up this end, and then I'm going to tip it over on side for the other end. First things first, you take this little bracket off, 1/2-inch. This whole thing just comes right off. Okay, I'm going to apologize. Like I said, this is a little difficult, but we're going to try to make this work between the 2 of us. So what we need to do is we need to take off the old belt. Let me sit down real quick. Get you in there. See how it's not on the pulley? Now we just need to take it off. But first, the reason why we took this bracket off is it makes moving the drive belt a whole lot easier. Boom, done. Drive belt off. Examine it. Could be better, but it's not horrible. Next, this just comes right out. Examine this one. It's definitely worn up. Has some gashes in there too. So even if it didn't slip off there, it probably was going to start ripping here soon. That's never usually a good thing. I mean, assuming you want your mower to mow, you know, it's generally how I like to keep them. So this is the part where you really can't see a lot. And don't worry, neither can I. I need to slip this under the pulley. This guard doesn't help at all. Now keep it a lot easier when the person that owned this just took the guard off. Okay, now that we're around the drive, there we go. Shove this through. Hopefully it's going out the front. I asked the customer what belt he wanted. He said the fastest one available. Unfortunately, the fastest one available is a Chinese classic. Okay, just got up and pulled it around. Now, make sure it's seated. That's not too important because we can fiddle with it later. But we at least want to make sure we can. There we go. Perfect. Back to the drive belt. That's why you should be replacing it. It's the part that becomes difficult. You need to put it around the drive end of the shaft and pull down by hand. That's now unfortunately not on there, right? So now see how the belt is like on the top half, but not the bottom half. Hopefully you can see that. Watch this. You do it on the top half, and then you pull on the recoil. Movement of the engine will hopefully put it in place for us. Shazam! I'm gonna put that bracket back on, and we should be in business. Now that we have that done, we're back on the table. You're simply gonna make sure that the belt fits in its little pulleys. I'm gonna reach underneath the table. Unfortunately, you're gonna fall off if I do that, but I'm just gonna move the blade. Same thing as before, the belt is just gonna slip right on. That's the reason why I can't put my hand underneath there normally. I put the wheel off the end so it won't tip back and fall off the table. But our Chinese special blade, our belt is on there. Let me explain the belt. So this person brought this to me 7:30 on a Friday. I called every auto store, yard store. They're almost all closed on weekends and after 5 on, or excuse me, on equipment stores or suppliers. They're almost all closed after 5 on Friday. They don't open until Monday. If he needs this by Monday, this is Sunday night, Sunday evening. Online, I could buy a belt. It's gonna get here Saturday night. Got here around 7:30. So, you know, what can I do? He needs it for Monday, so they don't judge too much on the belt. Trust me, I would not have chosen this one. But the belt itself will slide without engaging anything, so that's good. I'm going to put the cover back on and we will see if everything starts and runs as it should. I'm about 95% sure I'm going to have to readjust that cable, just how the belt felt when I was putting it on there, but I always want to give it a try. In addition, it could potentially just wear in. It might make a squeaky noise, so if it does, don't judge. I reconnected a spark plug. It's been on its side, so it might have a little fuel dripping from the carburetor inside the intake, so let's just have no choke. Okay, maybe choke. You know what? I think that is way too tight. So when putting it together, I noticed there's a fuel leak coming from the carb, probably from the tipping on the side. I don't know. I'm gonna let it run dry outside after we're done testing it, turn it back on, dry everything up, make sure it's okay. And if it continues, I'll have to clean it. If not, I'm hoping just the float got stuck. Sometimes if you take like a ratchet or something, hit the side of it, it will kind of work its way loose and it should be fine. Just in case though, let's plug the spark plug back in. Just in case as well, I'm going to take a look at the oil because I have yet to hear this run and I don't really want it to be running low on oil while I do this. Yeah, that's good. Smells pretty fresh and it's at the correct level. Looks pretty fresh too, so I think we should be good. Because it's leaking, I'm just going to not have choke. Maybe. Or maybe not. I smell gasoline. I think we got something. There you have it. So this takes roughly about 15-20 minutes, roughly. That's if you can't find some of the tools. You can also use this video as a kind of like a helpful tool for replacing a drive belt, even less time. So if I wasn't recording this, probably would have taken me like 10 minutes maybe for the drive belt, even though you should be replacing both. Yet again, replace both. And not the cheap Chinese ones either. Sorry, it's hot outside. I'm not used to it. Anyway, so I'm gonna let this run outside a little bit, let it dry off, whatnot. But you hear the belt's working fine, mower's working fine. We should be good to go. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Definitely subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, SmallEngine101. I'll catch you on the next video. You have a good rest of your day.